Juice splattered. I'm gonna try it like without the sauce. Probably to placate Arena a little bit. I hope she gets buffed again. I would like for her to get buffed again. She got some damn good buffs, but we need a little more out of her. She needs a little bit more. She just needs a little bit more. Who gets buffed again? I am not sure. Maybe the question might be who gets nerfed again, or who gets nerfed for real this time. Just need to be buffed to God tier, but damn, make some of her moves safer and improve her plus frames a little bit. That includes on hit and on block. Oh, Onyx, how's Darnell doing? Alright, we'll try it with the sauce this time. Much better with the sauce. I saw the video, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Thank God, yeah. But Onyx, yeah, do you have like any other games that are like multiplayer? Because I know you and Darnell don't play Overwatch, so the only person that does is Suki, but like it's one I want it to be where like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Darnell, that it's just the list of, well, you know, I don't want to talk about it in this video, but it you know, when I'm not gonna say have issues, but like when you I don't know, when you're constantly reminded of certain shit like over and over visually, and you know you see all the people, you know, in one, it doesn't feel very good. It hits differently. It hits weirdly. I can't really describe it, but I'm not gonna say too much on it. But I mean, if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. But because ooh, good dodge right there. Thinking the shit's low, and it ends up being, oh god. Whoa! Oh, fuck. I want her to duck so bad, but this lady. Damn it. She's so plus on everything. Sorry, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Gotta go. Oh god, come on, Onyx, don't bring that in my head. Lily will eat her out later. Don't put that damn image in my head. It's so, like, that animation is so creepy. Disgusting. But yeah, part of the reason I haven't streamed too was because of, obviously because of school. But then also, like, I just been thinking about stuff, and it's like, with school, it's very open-ended. There's so many ways that you can go about school. There's so many ways that you can, mess it up for yourself. Or make a mistake like go into, like, a lot of debt. Trust me when I say it's a lot of learning to do, that you have to do, going into it. And, I'm trying to get my internships and shit done now. So that when I do decide I want to go into HR, I'll already have, like, my experience needed. This is where a lot of people go wrong anyway, and one of the reasons is that they're not getting in jobs that relate to their major. Dishwashing is what I'm doing right now, and it has nothing to do with my major. And the second that I can run away from it, you bet your ass I will. I will be running away for the hills, to the hills, away from dishwashing, because I know my worth. I know I'm better than that. And that's not to shit on anyone that washes dishes, but for somebody who's in school, dishwashing is not it. It is not it. There is no office skills. There's no skills to be built. There's no relevancy in the career. There's just nothing to gain from it. And, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of thinking, and it's a lot of hard decisions to make. And it is not easy. I know I'm, like, rambling, but for someone on the outside, they might look at it and say it's easy, or they might be intimidated in some ways. And it is indeed scary, but it can be done. But it's a lot of time that you have to put into it. Yeah, sure, I guess. I just want to be understood, that's all. I don't want to... I just want to make sure I'm making sense. By the way, I met up with this guy that, like, we're in, the way it works is that there's, like, this not sorority, because it's not girls, but, like, fraternity thing, with men, so, we make connections with each other, but I found there was this guy that's, like, the singer or whatever, like, singer and producer, but You know how I am with that stuff because, you know, I had experience where, you know, I released a bad song because of an awful producer. So I told him about that. I was like, be careful. I mean, I told him about that. I was like, you know, I had a bad experience with somebody who, oh fuck. I had a bad experience with somebody who, was supposed to be a producer, but gave me awful results. So I told him about that. I told him like, hey, I hope that you're not terrible like him, basically what I was trying to tell him. But like, he's a good singer though. To give you an idea of his voice is like I have a naturally like lower voice, but his is a little bit lighter than me, but I can go lower than him. So I think he'd be better at highs than me. King, stop. Damn it. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna block this nigga all day. That was good. Boo. I don't really feel like, you know, blocking right, but yeah. But I was trying to explain to him, I'm like, hey, I've had this producer for this sort of, for this sort of time, and, sadly the longer you play Tekken, it becomes a waiting game. Yep, that's what it is. That's why I took a break from him like I did, because it was making me so angry, like I couldn't enjoy the game, like, at all. So I'm going to be playing a game after a long day at work or whatever. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to be screaming and yelling. What is that doing for my mental health, and what is that doing for the viewers that want to watch me? It does nothing. Oh god, damn it. See, the thing is, I don't want to duck. Because then if I duck, I kind of open myself up to a mid. Crap. Gotcha. Wait, what? Oh, I've never seen that move before. Never seen it. Get your ass up. Get your ass up. Doesn't hurt to use her homing moves either. Wait! Ah! That's dangerous. Really? What? Oh, God. Sorry. I just dislike him right now. And I need to leave. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, give it up like Lily did in that, pick whatever. As long as you're not being toxic in real life, being a prick in a video game isn't the end of the world. Yeah, I faced a lot of, loss, from stuff. So, definitely had an impact on me for a bit. It still does. So, just want to make, yeah, not, I mean, I've done my best to not have it impact in real life, but the intention, while the intention is supposed to be good, doesn't result in everybody's eyes. I just want to know, because I'm like, what can I do to bring people in? Like, bring them into my channel. Hold on. Because the thing is, Onyx, I have a lot going on. I have a lot going for the channel. Like, there's enough things that are interesting to keep you into the channel, but I just don't know how I would, like, advertise myself without spending money. I'm not sure. Maybe, like, do what you do, post trailers. I just wouldn't know. Yeah. Plus I do want to do, like, business, like, content. I just don't know, like, where I would start with it. But maybe I could do stuff, like, based around school. Because I don't know, I don't really have, like, a particular... I mean, I do, but only gaming alone I feel like isn't enough. Like, I feel like I need different content to add to it. Because, Alex, I'm gonna be honest, my engagement on my videos are really bad. And I'm not I'm not saying that, like, I don't appreciate what people, like, you or Ultimate or anything, but I'm just saying, like, factually, on my channel, my engagement is horrible. My views aren't very high, which, it's understandable because I don't have that many subscribers, but, I don't really get a lot of comments, or a lot of, like, acknowledgement from many people, which I feel like part of that could be because, like, the people that, like, I talked to, or whatever, or initially did, didn't bring them over to my channel because, I either they heard stuff or I hurt them in some kind of way, or I wasn't proactive enough in giving myself exposure. So I feel like all that aided to it. That's what I was thinking of too. I know people, lives are very lengthy. People don't really want to watch lives. Cause like I do want to restart in a way. Like I want a nice restart. Cause going through all that stuff I went through, with D or whatever. Like I still feel deeply regretful, but not even just with him. Like I feel deeply regretful in general. Like I had to face stuff that I've never had to face before in my whole life. Because I'm gonna be honest, Onyx, stuff like this is tough to talk about. It's tough to say this is problematic or this is hard. When it's affected your life for so long, it gets to a point where it's like you kind of just get by justifying it, and maybe somebody will call you out on it, but it's not until like you lose something that you love, and it's not until like you lose something that you love greatly. And the thing is, when I talked to him, he told me like I didn't lose him, that I lost parts of him. But it was frustrating because I didn't really talk. I wasn't comfortable talking to you about it at the time because I wanted to just keep it off my mind for a bit. I'm still acknowledging that it hurts because it does. I mean, imagine talking to someone every day and then, you do that one thing and it's like they're gone. Like, that shit is hard to accept. Like, it would be, like, Onyx, like, if I lost you, that shit would be tough. That shit would be tough. And I will never sugarcoat that. Like, losing people is not fun. It's a part of life, but sometimes it's not necessarily that we have to lose people that bad, if that makes any sense. Like, sometimes it's not life, it's just things that we do in our lives that, have really bad reactions. And horrible effects. But I mean, it has, it has changed my life a lot, like, cause in the beginning when we started talking, like, I used to call you a lot, now we kind of just text a lot, but he was like the person where, like, I called him every day, literally, and I went from that to, like, just silence and block screens, even on, like, well, he didn't, I don't think he did, nah, I mean, well, unless I or you can change up on me, Rick. I'm too old to remember how to use social media. Wait, you said ID? Unless ID word... Oh! I didn't get what you were saying. You D word, that's so funny. I guess you could say unless you DYE your hair, DYE your life. I know. It took me a while to get it because I'm just like, D word, what? If you like imagine we stopped talking because I showed my D word to you in DMs. Kind of what I was thinking of because I was so confused. Of like, wait, what? I mean, I know you roll that way, just not with me. But it's like, what? Oh, you said until you're too old to remember. I mean, you shouldn't be too old to remember how to use social media. I mean, all you gotta do is go on and turn it on. But I mean, yeah, like, that shit is, like, very hurtful, and, I should probably make a video on this stuff, because, again, I acknowledge that, like, streams, people don't really watch streams, so, it is difficult. Donations. No pickle pictures in DMs. unless they're from Wonho. But I mean, yeah, like I really just I just need like a nice restart. And truthfully, I kind of felt like, for a while, I mean, my online presence matters, of course, we established that, but I feel like it low-key kind of starts, like in the real world, because so some of the things I've been doing in the real world to, have a better, I guess, appearance, feel better about myself. I've been working on my hair a lot. Excuse me. This damn soda's making me a little burpy. Been working on my hair a lot. Because the truth is, Onyx, also, this has nothing to do with online per se, but like, how you dress, how you act and stuff, people can perceive you a certain way. Now your personality matters too, but also how you dress, matters a lot, which was something I kind of realized, I realized it's in my early 20s a bit later than others. Because some people understand it when they're 18. It took me like 4 fucking years, but here we are. Here I am at 22, doing the damn thing, and I cannot be any more prouder of myself for that part of it, because finally, like, I feel like I'm actually giving a damn. I actually know what I want. But been dressing better for myself when I go out. So instead of wearing sweatpants and tank top and putting a cap on my head, I opt for a business casual style, and I dress nicely. The outfits I have on Instagram, I just wear that a lot. And one thing I noticed, like, when I go out, like, people notice me right away. I have a very distinct look, especially in the city of Philly. Like, it's a very distinct look. Like, when you see me, you know it's me. Like, when you see me, you are seeing me. And I've had issues with like my hairstyle for the longest time because I didn't really know how to do hair. I didn't understand what I had to do to maintain it. And I got kind of lazy. So all those things added up to just me just not feeling good about myself as well, because it's like I go out the house, I feel insecure. Now I don't really feel insecure. I feel like I go out the house, I feel better about myself because my hair is in check, my outfit is on point. I'm not leaving out the house with a shower cap on. Because I notice a lot of people do have that. Especially, it's mostly women that do that. Occasionally men, but I mostly see women do that, and it's like, why go out the house like that? Now this is coming from someone who has done it before. So if I've done it before and changed it, I feel like I have every right to talk about it. But yeah, like how you dress like really matters a lot, and I don't want to be seen as lazy. Now I can't control all of what my reputation is. Well, I control a good portion of it, but like I can't control how people view me all the time, because sometimes it's simply out of my control. But how I dress matters a lot, because that's simply how I dress. I don't want to be seen as a bum or a fool of some kind. So I want to dress accordingly. So because I'm in my business major at school, I've been doing my business casual look, and it's a very easy look to do. It's not too cost expensive. I mean, it's not too expensive. Like, you just do like get some chinos or some jeans or whatever, and then put a dress shirt on over a button-up dress shirt, and wear a tank top underneath, or you don't have to. I usually do it just in case, for cover up, I guess, or censorship, as they would say. And it's been working well. I definitely get noticed. People have been noticing at my fraternity group, because they're like, oh, you changed your style so much. Like, you look so much better. Because even if I'm not, the only thing I'm not doing, I guess per se, that I should be doing is going to the gym. Because I kind of feel like, I don't know, like I want to go to the gym, but I still feel kind of lazy for it. I'm not really like a gym head like that, but I do want to learn a fighting style, and they have a martial arts school in the suburbs, The issue though is that it's kind of expensive. It's like $100 something. You know, for the martial arts schools, or at least the one that I see in the suburbs. And the thing I noticed too, also, because I've also been, as much as I've been growing too, I've been learning a lot about like the world, about like how systematic racism works. And the thing with the suburbs, at least where the way it's placed in my area, I feel like it's designed to where like a lot of black people aren't gonna think about it or something, or a lot of minorities are not thinking about it because they're not exposed to it. Because the thing is, I've asked people, hey, do you know what this suburban town is? Most of them say no. They say no. They don't know what it is. Even when you told me about Manhattan, I didn't know what Manhattan was. So when I Googled it or looked into it, I realized, oh, it's a pretty white area. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, it's a lot of like research. It is not easy. It takes a certain kind of person to grow like this. You have to have things happen or something. No, I mean it's not a bad thing either way. But I'm just saying, like it kind of tells you something. Oh yeah, see, the thing, Onyx, is that like to get a certain kind of smart, you can't be lazy. You can't be lazy. I'm gonna focus in a second. I just wanna like. Yep. Bye bye. Oh. Slash. Yeah, like you just can't be lazy. Like you gotta be willing to grow. And it's annoying with my friends too, because I try to get my friends to travel with me, and they're just like, "Oh, it's too far. Oh, this area is so boring." I'm like, "Well, you can stay in North Philly with all that gun violence, and I'll just go to the suburbs and celebrate." Like I don't know, like it gets on my nerves. Oh no, the world teaches me shit every day, even when I don't like the what I'm learning about. Like it still teaches me stuff. Well, I'm sorry, these kings don't belong. King does not belong. How about let's nerf King instead? Let's nerf him. Everybody else gets like something, but he doesn't. Yeah, let's nerf him. Let's nerf his damage. But it gets frustrating because it's like, when I realize I was just doing all this stuff, like traveling, taking care of myself, and all this stuff, not everybody is gonna do it, sadly. And that's the thing with school too. A lot of schools are like white dominated, especially schools like Kutztown University. So there's a good chance that like if you go to these schools, you're definitely going to see a lot of white people, especially if you do certain majors at certain class times. And on top of that, certain job positions also are predominant, or usually dominated by white people. And HR is one of them that I've noticed. I haven't really seen a lot of like black HR representatives, or many HR representatives that are minorities. So, that's still, there's definitely a reason for that. That's kind of like unspoken of. Even when I went, like earlier when I applied for an internship, I'm very certain the average person that got that internship was a white woman or white man. I'm very certain. And it's kind of fucking sad because it kind of tells you some harsh shit about the world that, like, you know, nobody wants to say. Because let's be honest, no white person's gonna say, my white power got me here. They wouldn't dare say it. They wouldn't dare say it because they understand the implications of it. You know, if they get told off about it, they understand it. So, yeah. Don't, you know, they're not gonna tell you it. No fucking director or CEO is gonna tell you that shit. But you'll feel it, and I felt it. The issue is, though, whenever I say it, I'm like the person that's like, I'm making it about race. I'm making it about something it's not. Am I really? Why would I make something about race when the facts don't lie? The facts don't lie. It's not something unusual. Like, we all know this. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not something to be proud of. I wouldn't be proud if I was a white man. I wouldn't be proud of it either. I would be feeling. I mean, if you're a non-racist, you'd be feeling bad because you're like, damn. I mean, it sucks. The world's gotta be like that, but that's how it is. That's how it is. And even with school too, I think I mentioned this before, but I almost dropped out of school. I sincerely almost dropped out of school because I felt as though, what was the purpose? Yeah, Alex, I will say when it comes to schooling, to some degree it is about race. Not that directly, but in some ways I can see it. And the thing is, Alex, there's a lot of reasons why I see it through like a racial lens in some cases, because just think about it, when you look at CEOs or directors, those are top managers. There's a lot of schooling, a lot of like stuff you have to do to get up there. There's only been one black director I've ever seen in my entire life, and that was the guy that runs this basically fraternity at the school that I attend. And that's the only black director I've ever seen. And that's saying something. That's definitely saying something. That tells you that because honestly, it's not so much the direct stuff too, but like a lot of a lot of us as, black people or minorities, we're living in like low income areas and areas that are like, trashy. I see it all the time. I take certain buses, I see it. It is not hard to see, but it's the stuff people don't talk about. People don't sit and talk about it because it's uncomfortable. Also, not everybody's thinking of it in that way too. And it teaches you stuff. It teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you about stuff about life that maybe, oh, you're streaming. Let your folks know you're a foxtrot. What? What? I got a random comment. I mean, a random salty DM. I gotta read that when I'm done. That's hilarious. How long did it take him to write that? Yeah. It's no one here. People fall for this shit all the time with Melissa. I'm like, why don't they stay on the ground? Y'all keep letting her win. Ah, okay, she's smart. Just wanted to see if she was fast enough to react, but she is. Ah, fuck. What? Push her. I'm pretty certain she tried to rage drive at me, but she wasn't fast enough, so it didn't come out. Alex, but yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot going to school. It's a lot of shit to learn. You know what would be fucked up if they allowed Alyssa to rage art off the wall? Wait, what do you mean? Like, she flies in the air, and then she could just rage art instantly. Like, fly right to the opponent in the air, but like away from them, and then rage art. Or you mean like spam the rage art while she's in the air, like cancel it. Oh yeah, that'd be fucked up. It's already plus on block. Like yeah, like yeah. The truth is she's good enough with the rage art. We don't need that buffed. It's unneeded. As D would say, it's unnecessary. Oh, the other thing too I got wrong in that video, I mean, I probably should do like a new video on it, but like, I feel like, you know, it's speeding a dead horse in, but... Oh! She hit me. How did she come out on top early? But the part I got wrong was when I blamed, his partner for part of it. Cause I'm like, even me saying it, I'm like, I know him. I understand, how he works. He wouldn't do that for a partner. I'm like, I'm sorry. That sounds, like, even thinking about it now, I'm like, it sounds silly. But, you know, wasn't thinking about it at the time. Nope. Bye-bye. But yeah, school is it's not easy. You have a lot to learn. And I made the mistake of going to school at 18 years old. And I realized that was not a good idea to go at 18, especially in the state of mind that I was in, especially not knowing anything about what I wanted to do. And now that I have a better understanding of myself, I feel like I would do really good in HR. Considering that, like, I love talking to people, I have conversation, and I know I want a high salary, like, yeah, I would love HR. I would absolutely love it. Nope. Don't whiff. Do not whiff when she has rage. Big mistake. But what if she's vegan though? Or if she's pescatarian, then you could say it's a big missed opportunity. Still big mistake, and she's definitely ain't vegan. Just ask Joseph. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, but let me go read this damn comment. Let me see, what did he say? What did he say? Oh, I get it, Onyx, I get it. He's calling me the F word. You still suck. He said, oh, you're streaming. Let your viewers know you are a Foxtrot, Alpha, Golf, Oscar, Tango. You still suck. Swallow and blow at the game. Read in between the lines. Okay, you know what? That's fucking crazy. That's funny. Oh, God. Cause I'm like, those words were so real. Hey, it's funny as fuck. But but the shit was like so fucking random. But that's creative though. Nobody ever does that. That's creative. He did. He took the time to say it. That's what makes it funny. Because usually when people take the time to like say stuff a certain way, they're probably not even mad. They're probably not even mad. Oh, Lily. Right on our boobs, too, you pervert. Oh. L. Nope. Lily, stop. But I mean, yeah, I really, because Onyx, you know, a lot of Americans don't have a college degree. And it's for a reason. College is fucking hard. And time consuming. And there's so many times where like I do stuff or like I'm in college, and so many times it's shit that I'm doing in college that I do not want to fucking do. I do not want to fucking you know, go to school. Like I don't want to like go to my class sometimes or do like a 200-page essay. not 200-page essay, but like 200-word essay or something or whatever on something that I don't feel like doing, on something I don't really care about that much. But, you know, college, that's how it is. On top of that, like, it's possible for somebody to get to get a degree in something that they, you know, do not care about, or that they're not going to get a lot out of. It's possible. I knew that would happen one day. Ah! It is very possible for somebody to get into college debt with a major that they do not want to do. I mean, with a major, I'm explaining it wrong, I'm getting distracted. It's possible for somebody to get into college debt, like lots of college debt, for a major that you're not going to be able to find a job in, that also doesn't have a high salary. It's possible, and that's what's scary about it. Because part of also what I did too before I decided I was going to go into HR, the problem is, Alex, people go into college, they don't know what they're they don't know what they want to do, and they just go because they think it's going to change their life. But you have to have a plan. You have to know why you're going. You have to know why you're going. You got to know why you want to do it, and you got to make sure it makes sense for you. If you're not doing it for those reasons, you're not going to want to go. Or it's not going to be very effective for you in the long run. Like if you're going for like an art major or something, or a theater or whatever, get ready to get disappointed, because you're not going to like any, like there are going to be things about it you don't like. There was this female YouTuber named Hiriana or whatever. She explained that like she did the theater major, and then she had left it because it was so time consuming, and it made her miserable. So yeah, sometimes majors are gonna have weird behaviors like that. And it was like that for culinary for me too. Maybe not to that degree, but for culinary, it put stress on me because I hated going. Even though I wasn't bad at cooking, like I definitely improved. I hated going to the class. I hated going. I hated that fucking professor, the chef. I hated him so bad. He got on my nerves, and I hated having to wake up at like 6 o'clock to wake up early for the bus or for the train. I hated that shit with a passion. I hated it. I didn't like I had to do all of that. Like that was awful. That's why I'm so glad it's fucking over. That's why anybody that decides they want to do culinary, I'm like, good luck, good luck. It's not easy. You're going to be making a lot of sacrifices that you probably don't want to make. I had to laugh at her for that, sorry. Oh. Nope. I'm sorry. Oh, that shit was hilarious right there. But yeah. On a better related note, I am gonna be talking to an artist who's also in the same fraternity group. I'm gonna be honest with you, like that guy is so fucking handsome. I told him straight up, too. I actually thought he was a rainbow member. Like I thought he was bi. I thought that. Because I texted him, cause I'm like, his vibe was like, I'm like, something smells fruity. So, you know, of course I get my text or whatever. I talked to him and stuff, and I was like talking to him, right? And I was like, I'm so happy. But like, I was talking to him and stuff, right? And I was telling him, like, cause he heard my song or whatever. And the support coaches were trying to get him to talk to me for like the longest time, but I never knew his name. I never knew what he looked like. I never knew what he looked like. I never knew what he looked like. I didn't know what his name was because I was like, wait, does he have an Instagram? And they were like, yeah, but they never gave it to me. So for months I ended up not knowing who he was. So by chance, I happened to talk to him or whatever, because he came in the room and I didn't know it was him. But I was so intrigued by his style that I wanted to know his name. I wanted to get to know him more and stuff. So I was like, hey, what's your name? And he said, I'll say Aponte. He's like, what's his name? I'm like, Aponte. I'm like, Aponte? Oh, hey, everybody was telling me to meet you. And you're like, you're the sweet. And I was like, wait, Aponte the singer? I'm a singer too. And I told him my name, and I'm like, oh yeah, we've been dying to meet you, and I've been dying to meet you too, and stuff, and everything like that. So that was how we connected. It was so fucking hilarious. Cause like, he was in the background, I saw this guy that was dressed a certain way, like that was dressed, you know, very nice. Like, he had like an alternative, casual, classy look or whatever, with a do-rag on. And I'm like, I like that so much. So it caught my eye. So like, we were like having good conversation or whatever, and I told him about like my song or whatever, and he remembered. He was like, your song was so good. And he was like, I swear you and your producer put crack into the song or whatever. I was cracking up. I'm like, oh god. Yeah, my producer, he produced that pretty well. We had a mini argument over that because it was, the chorus is very difficult to do. Like, he wanted me to do it a certain way, and it exhausted my voice when I did it. I felt exhausted. That's like a different video for another time. But, yeah. Caught my attention, caught my eye. So I was on like the train or whatever, and then I was like having a conversation with them. Like, I was like, also, are you a member? And he was like, a member of, and I put the rainbow emoji and the winky face. For some reason, I wanted him to say yes so bad. I really wanted him to fucking say yes, but... nah, you know how life works. He did not say yes. He was like, no, with the, I forgot, I don't know the name of that emoji, but, it's like the emoji where it's like the down face, but like his eyes is closed. So, I guess he's like, I guess it's his way of saying, I'm not, sadly. You fucking bitch. But yeah, he wasn't. I'm like, damn, I was low-key, I was like, well, that sucks. Yeah, I didn't assume. This is why, like, I don't open DMs with nudes. I thought he would have, considering I was giggling at him. For the slow-mo. No! I'm so mad I didn't press the parry. No one should. It doesn't even matter if you're like a sex worker either. You shouldn't. Because it's like... no. Alex, but yeah, he told me he wasn't. I was kind of shocked, because I was like, this guy really gives me heavy bisexual vibes. Heavy bisexual vibes. And he's just like, his face is just so handsome. I'm followed to him on Instagram. I will send you what he looks like, but I'm followed to him. He's really handsome. But I told him too, but he was like, yeah, you as well. He's like very open. He's just one of those guys that like, they have this masculine feminine balance, to himself. So it's like really, interesting. I've never really seen it before. He's definitely a rare breed. Especially in Philly he is. Because there's not really anyone like that in Philly that, is like that. Yeah, but like the guy is straight though. It's not happening. I told him about like that. I told him I had a Twitter account, but I said like I don't recommend you follow my Twitter because I'm following interesting accounts on there, and you know what I mean. You know the conversation. So yeah. Every fucking player I know always ducks that move. Not completely useless, but like, you're not gonna catch any people off with it. Why would you duck? Now I have to sit down. But yeah, that caught me off guard. But he was like, the number one question I get in DMs is, "Hi, how are you? Are you bi?" I'm like, that caught me off guard. That caught me off guard. It was such a counter hit. It's funny. It's even funnier when you think people are gay, or somewhere in the spectrum, and then you talk to them, and then it's like, oh no, I'm not. It's so hilarious. Cause it's like, damn. It's like, damn. But yeah, it's funny. But see, I handled it healthy there. I didn't catfish or nothing. I kind of feel like I should talk to him about it, cause like he hasn't really judged me. Cause like, yeah, I mean, I don't hide anything from anybody, but like, my darker stuff I tend not to really talk about, but he seems like a kind guy though. Like, he seems like very wholesome, very like, yeah, talk about anything. What was interesting too, he's followed to like a lot of like LGBT artists, so he is LGBT friendly for sure. No, Lily. Oh god. Oh. Yo. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! I got hit. Alright, don't mess around. I'm getting bored, let's go. But yeah, I mean, he was just so fun to talk to. I have fun talking to him. Like, we were talking to like fucking 4 in the morning. Yeah, if you're a friend of mine and we're talking to 4 in the morning about music, about life, oh my god, you're the one. You're definitely the one. You're the friend to have. You're literally the friend to have. You are absolutely the friend to have. And I need more people like that. People like that are kind of rare nowadays. Like, friends like that are so rare nowadays. And I'm not shitting on anyone that, like, isn't that, because I get it, we're all busy. But typically, it is difficult to have people to talk to at, like, 4 in the morning. Well, you two seem to have a good connection. Hopefully the friendship only gets better. And hopefully it lasts. Because, like, look, I mean, I intend for things to last, but, you know, life is unpredictable, as we established, so you never fucking know when it could just deplete. Now, do I want that to happen? No. But, you know, I know how life works. You know, life gets very interesting. So, and also, too, like, if I go to Kutztown, who's to say he'll still be here when I go? Who's to say, like, he'll still be here when I go, you know? So... yeah, it's a whole thing. Well, at least the hair did darken a little bit. But yeah, a lot of people have been misreading him. But yeah, I am a little skeptical of like his vocal production. 'Cause I did tell him about that, about how, like, you know, I had an old producer that did those things, so they did things wrong. But the thing though, he's very open to learning, and he made like an alternative pop song or whatever, and his voice is not bad. Like, he has good, I do like his highs. He definitely has good, not too bad of a belting register. So when I get into that a little more, because his voice is lighter, so like he does, you know, he can do like probably highs better than I can. But I'm really good at lows. So yeah, I look forward to us making music together. Also, he might be the person I do for that song, you know what I'm saying? Ghost in the Darkness. I'm searching for your ghost in the darkness. I really need you close. The water's rising. The memories we had no longer exist. I'm searching for your ghost in the darkness. In the darkness. In the darkness. in the darkness. But yeah, Ghost in the Darkness, that's gonna be quite a powerful song. I think he could dominate the hell out of that. But with some of my songs that I've written, well, just take a step at a time, grow in the friendship. Rome was not built in a day. Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing is, I talk about shit for a reason, because I don't know if that's the vibe that you got, but I felt like I presented a orb of perfection. That was a little that's pretty unattainable. Initially, you can maintain it well, but you get tired of playing that, and I don't think I ever proclaimed that I was perfect, but like, I definitely had some negative attitudes towards certain things or certain kinds of people, so trying to neutralize myself a little more, not be so judgmental and not like so critical. But I never want to pretend that I'm perfect. I won't even say it. Perfection doesn't exist, but you know, I just try to strive to be the best version of myself that I can be. And at 22, I think this could be the best version of myself. I'd say so. The best version of myself to date. Because for one, Onyx, I mean, the hairstyle alone, it took me years to figure out, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to make this hairstyle come alive? And I finally figured it out. All I needed was 3 products. 3 very specific products. And that was what got me through. And once I learned it, I just knew I have to keep it up. So, yeah. And then, yeah, one of the things I feel, because the thing is, Alex, my personal life was never really problematic. Like, my real life stuff was never really problematic. I was never a person that was problematic. All the issues stemmed from online. This is the same thing that I told D when we talked again for the phone call. I told him, like, hey, all my issues stemmed from what I did, like, online. It was never really... Maybe some of it in real life, but like after a certain point, you know, it was minor things. The stuff that mattered was the things I did online. Like, trolling is a terrible thing to do long term. It would be fine if it was like a day or two and it was something like not bad, but like, oh god, it ruined my online stuff. And it's like, it got to the point where like I come online and whenever I want to simply talk to someone, I felt like I couldn't. Because I feel like I go in streams, it's like this awkward energy of like, they don't like me because of this, and it was it was upsetting and frustrating, to say the least. The catfishing, I feel like, I don't know what's worse than the other, they're both kind of bad in their own way, but the catfishing played a part in it too, because a couple people kind of knew it was me when I did catfish them, because I was scared. The truth is, Onyx, I was scared of telling people that I, you know, fancied them or I had like an interest, because in my mind it was just like, men are, and again, this is one of the things I need to do a separate video on, but I will address it here, you know, so it's acknowledged. You know, I had this thing in my mind that like, you know, men are homophobic, they don't like me, or they, you know, they assume that I'm into them or whatever, and it was just a lot of negative stereotypes and generalizations in my head, so that's what led me to do those things. But as I'm in my age of 22, like shortly before I turned 22, I'm at the point I'm like, I don't need to do that shit. I don't need to do any of that. You know, I look very good. People, you know, a girl talked to me when I was at like a karaoke in the suburbs, and she was like, oh god, what made you want to catfish or whatever? You're so handsome. I was like, what? I was going through some stuff. But yeah. People look at me now and they're like, he looks amazing. Like, not even that like I'm feeling myself, Alex, but like, I look amazing. I look amazing in my Instagram photos. I look way happier Doesn't mean I'm holistically happy, but I look way happier. And that goes to show you, you know, people will know when you're taking care of yourself. They'll know when you're doing stuff. They will know. They will see it. No, it didn't. It didn't. But unfortunately, I never really had to face it in the way that like I had to recently. Because the truth is, like, the part of the reason was because it was online. So if I wanted to hide that version of my life, I mostly could, because not everybody uses online. Also, I don't bring it up. Who brings up that they trolled somebody? That too. So I didn't understand that it was like a problem overall and how it could like really damage stuff. So now that I know the true damage of it, because that's part of, I guess, what comes with being young and learning stuff. You don't always think of like the long-term damage, and you know, when you learn the effects of the long-term damage, that's when you really are like, yeah, I can't do that. Because that was pretty much it. Regardless if someone thinks I talk too much, or they think I'm annoying, or they don't like that my hair is blonde, that shit doesn't matter. What matters is, you know, my future, well, everyone's future, but my future, what I'm doing to prepare for that future, and so forth. Not that other stuff. I put my focus on the right things. But, yeah. As far as friendships, I'm just working on, dealing with people that, like, match with me more, as opposed to... Because, again, it's not that everybody has to be an extrovert. You know, I can connect with some introverts, but, like... Yeah, exactly. But, this isn't to say that, like, I shouldn't connect with, like, introverts, or that I should only connect with extroverts, but, I definitely need to work on, you know, having people in my circle more like prioritizing. I'm not necessarily kicking people aside, but like prioritizing people in my circle that I know are similar to me in a lot of ways. And the guy at Ponte I was telling you about seems to be similar to me in a lot of ways. But I also don't know much about his life as well. I forgot what major he has too. So I really need to like have deeper conversations. I kind of just met him, and things are looking really good right now, but I need to dig deeper. Because that's the thing with meeting people for the first time. Everything seems very happy and calm, and, you know, oh, you haven't done anything wrong yet. But yeah, we're in the early stages of meeting each other, so nothing really has come of anything yet. But I'm excited to, like, you know, write music and stuff with him. Because, Alex, as you know, I haven't released music for several months. In fact, Lost was actually made back in December, and I released it in May. And hadn't had any songs since then. But trust me, Alex, if you know me, you know I have stuff written. I have a lot of stuff written. So, trust me, this is not, the album's not scrapped. If anything, it's being postponed due to, financial issues. Because it's expensive releasing these songs. It's not cheap. If you do things that make you happy and it's not harmful, then harming a soul, then do it. Yep. That includes, dating. I'm going to surround. Yeah, of course these things take time. Yeah, they take time mostly because of money. Because the thing is, if most of us were rich, oh god, if a lot of people were rich, we would all have albums out by now. You have no idea. Yeah, it's a costly project, but man, I know for a fact my producer will kill it. Because Onyx, that production on Lost was fire. When I first heard the instrumentals for Lost, I was like, what? He made this? Cause the thing is, he did production for this girl named Lydia, and she made a song called Canopy, and it's a very like acoustic pop type song with a little bit of synths in it, but like Lost is something totally different. That's like alternative electro pop, like Oh god, it's so fun. Like literally in the vein of Lady Gaga, like it was so fun. Like I heard that shit, I'm like, what? What? And a lot of people were saying the same thing too. They were saying the same thing too. They were like, man, this is better than I expected. Oh my god, this production is amazing. Because the production was. Now the vocals were also really good too, surprisingly. He produced my low notes very well. Drowning in sorrow. I wonder if you... Tell me if you think it sounds like the studio. I'll sing it now. Drowning in sorrow, nowhere to breathe. Follow the water, cold ice, I freeze. Losing direction, fumble the key, given the purpose, but losing the meaning. Like it sounds like the studio, doesn't it? But not as highly tuned. Because the thing is, there is auto-tune on that track. So, but it's not like it's not obviously over the top. Like you have to hear the acapella to like notice it. But it's definitely similar to the studio. For sure, just without the tuning. Books, music, clothing, line, makeup aren't overnight things to make happen. Yeah, it does. It takes some time for that. Because yeah, if we were all rich, oh my god, we'd all have it. Yes, it's my passion, but I cannot do it for a college career or a professional career for sure. Reason being because music it's kind of like with art too. It's not always appreciated. Thank you. I really hope I get a release, because I would love to be able to say that, like be able to say like, hey, yeah, or unless you're Charlie XCX and you have like a whole all the But I mean, it depends on the artist. It depends for the reason you're doing it too. It depends. But it always kills me when older people would be like, auto-tune's not talent, this and that. I'm like, it's only not talent if you're not using it right. If you're using it right, it's talent. If you're not using it right, then it's not talent. Or it's not talent to you. But again, this goes into the thing where I say like music is subjective. So sometimes what happens is that there's a lot of good music out there that's not noticed. Then there's a lot of bad music out there that gets noticed. It's just a whole mind thing. It's such a too general of a market that like you're pretty much gonna have high competition. And the comparisons get people a lot too as well. So it's a little bit of like a lot going on there. But yeah. But I am excited to get that out. I want to be able to like it'll be something good to add to my channel, but like I want it to like really give some perspective to my life of who I am, because it'll definitely speak on the darker things of everything, because I have some shit that's like really dark. Coraline being one of them. Literally Coraline being one of them. One of the darker records besides the title track, Isolation. So dark. And I just cannot wait. I cannot wait to release any of it. I cannot wait. Again, the only thing that's stopping me is fucking money. Money is the only thing that stops me from releasing music. If it wasn't money, oh my god, I'd be like so ahead of the game right now. But I got debt. I got things going on. I can't just go release music. Sadly. If I didn't have that debt, oh my god, my music would be out by now. I would not have that issue, but I have that issue. But at the same time though, like, does it really matter if I have debt? I mean, it matters, but like, as long as I pay the minimum balance, I should be fine. Like, it will all go away eventually. I just gotta be careful about it, that's all. Maybe I can make up for it with Aponte tomorrow. if things go well. Like, I could just release some, like, side projects or whatever. To my knowledge, I don't think I have to pay more. I don't think he has a rate right now. I think he's just working with me out of the kindness of his heart. Because he really, like, genuinely wants to. He also wanted me to feature on one of his songs, too. Maybe it was like a remix or it's like the official thing, but he definitely wanted me on his song. But like, if I put him on mine, I gotta go on his. I mean, or vice versa. If he puts me on his, he's gotta come on mine. Because of like, I need that second verse finished, because I can't think of anything. I definitely need it done. But yeah, I really hope that day comes. But yeah, you know, I'm on to some good fucking progress here. And just because it's easier to get in depth and out of it. Yeah, Alex, it is. These credit cards are so fucking predatory. You know what gets on my nerves? Every time I fucking go online, I see shit about like, oh, apply for my damn credit card. Apply for a credit card. You're eligible. You're eligible for an outstanding chance to to get these credit cards. And it's like, leave me the fuck alone. I ripped you niggas up for a reason, because I clearly don't want to be bothered. Stop coming to me with these fucking credit cards. I don't want to be bothered with you. No one wants your stupid credit cards. Hold on, let me be right back. I gotta go. Matters. Alright, Alex, here? Yeah. And so yeah, what I was saying was that these credit card companies are so predatory. They keep preying on me even though I obviously don't want their fucking credit card. And it's so annoying. And it's like, if I'm in debt for a little bit of what I'm in, imagine what the average American is going through. Especially, you know, with me being an inner city kid. As Mom, you know, always says, you know. Me being an inner city kid already in debt, and I did my best to avoid it. So imagine how many other adults who are in debt that also don't have their parents to help them and all this stuff. It is a lot. It's a lot going on here. And, which again, ties into the systematic racism. Because they know, you know, a lot of like, they know, as young broke people, you know, we're gonna try to go for credit cards and shit, because we're like, well, money is money. Yep, because they know we see $2,000, we're gonna want to get $2,000, but then when ends up happening, we're in the debt, and then most of us aren't going to school, or aren't prepared to understand how school works, so we're just like, get into it. So, yeah, that was, you know, a fun time with all that. But yeah, I really, might go definitely gotta get my homework done, so 1, 2 is that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the streams. Also, I think the moderators blocked me from the Twitch stream. I don't think he did, because he said I didn't lose him per se. But then again, I have to, at the time of this stream, I can't call him, so I'm kind of, you know, SOL. And on top of that, you know, the thing also too, we're all very closely connected, so like, you know, it's not hard to hear how they're doing, because even if I avoid it, like it's very likely someone will post that they're like, oh, they just did a video, like so, yeah, it sucks, but what can I do? But that's why I've been staying away from social media, like, a lot. Like, I tried not to look at my phone, because then when I do, like, I see names that I know of, and then it's just like, way to remind me of the way I fucked up. But oh well. What can I do? But yeah, Alex, you enjoy your night if you were leaving. I'm actually going to leave myself too. Oh, here they go with the damn arguing. That's the other reason why I want to go away to college, because I'm sick of fucking arguing in the background. But yeah, let's go. I sure did enjoy the stream, and it was good to hear you speak on your goals and issues with an improved mindset. Thank you, Onyx. It's also good to have you on these streams, because you know, as I've said earlier, my engagement is horrible, and I don't really have anyone besides you at the moment that's really in my streams. So, you know, you're definitely carrying it. So I am 100% grateful for that, so that's good. But you have a good night too. I'm gonna have a good night as well. See ya. Bye.